Hello everyone, my name is Giorgio Danifeld and I'm the CMO of Trapo Asia. I'm super excited to take you a little bit through a journey of how a local Malaysian automotive brand became the number one in Southeast Asia. So for the next 40 minutes, I'm going to give you a little bit of tips and tricks how to become successful on Lazada and in the entire space of e-commerce. And I'm going to explain you also about a little bit about Trapo to understand who we are and what we are doing. And of course, a small introduction about myself to understand what makes me qualified to be in front of you and what makes me qualified to talk about e-commerce and the journey about Trapo. So a little bit about myself. In numbers, I have around 15 years of experience in marketing. Previous of joining Trapo, I used to work probably most of my life in startups, and I used to be an owner of a startup in the space of internet and mobile apps, and which I sold it a couple of years ago. Fun fact about me, I used to live in 5 countries. I'm originally from Romania. For the past 6 years, I'm located here in Southeast Asia. I'm the CMO of Trapo for almost 3 years now, and from the moment that I joined Trapo, we've seen a growth of 5x. Of course, it's not an individual effort. I have an amazing team that I'm working with. And also, fun fact, I used to live in Bali, and I'm really passionate about surfing, and that's what keeps me really motivated. I have around 3 years of, I would say, let's say, experience in surfing. So who is Trapo for the ones that you don't know? Trapo is an automotive accessories brand, and we've been listed as the #1 best-selling car mat in Malaysia since 2016. But we are actually not only present in Malaysia, we are present in the entire Southeast Asia. We have offices in Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, but still Malaysia is the most important market for us. When we are talking about real problems that we are actually solving in the market, when we are talking about also car mats, we identify 4 major problems. First of all, the entire market is probably 90% coil mats or PVC mats. And the problems that we're seeing is that all of the dirt and the mud is getting stuck in the coil mat. Is super difficult to clean through the nature of how the product is, the look and feel. They are really thick and they don't fit in the car properly, and definitely they are not the most durable or the hygienic piece in the car. To give you a little bit of a perspective, also in numbers, if I can say this, your car is more dirty than your toilet. And for the people that they don't know, that's something that I also came across, and I realized how important is this piece of material. So these are the problems, and also huge fan here in Trapo of sustainability. Around 250 tons of foam is getting wasted every year, which is really huge. And I'm talking here only about Malaysia. We take pride in being a responsible company when it's about consumption and production. We are aligned to the 12th goal of the United Nations, which is sustainable development. So basically what it means is that we are recycling our mats, and I'm going to explain a little bit further. We are the only one in the market that proudly is saying that we have a recycling facility, and that is why probably our slogan is care for the next day, care for the future generation, care for the environment. I was talking about the problems and how we basically see in Trapo all of this PVC or coil mats. Our product is basically traps all of the dirt and the mud, is super easy to clean within 10 minutes, is toxic free, so that means that it's safe for children, for your family, and it's of course green for the environment, friendly. Why? Because we are basically recycling, but we have two patented technologies. The first one, we are the only one in the market that has a Japanese technology that eliminates 99.9% of the bacteria. And the second one, for the premium generation of our mats, we have the fixed technology, which is anti-slip, zero damaging to the floorboard, and is a premium solution for any driver that is driving a premium and not only a car. We are not selling only car mats. We are selling also a full range of car accessories, anti-back spray, Datomite coaster, purifiers. We are offering also offline solution, which is the coating, the interior coating. Also, everything that we are doing in Trapo goes back to providing the best driving experience for our customers. And everything that kind of like falls into the category of safe and hygiene. And you've probably seen that also our car mats and also our car accessories, they fall into this category of safe and hygiene, comfortable driving experience. So that's a little bit about Trapo, and from a perspective of what we do. But the part that is the most interesting, and I'm really grateful that I'm talking at the conference of Lazada, is how you guys can win in the e-commerce world. So I'm going to break it in different areas. And I'm going to give you, in a way, a recipe of what we are applying in Trapo and what actually made us to become the #1 in all of these marketplaces, not only Lazada, but also in our brand.com. The first point that I want to talk with you is the power of photography. I'm always saying to my team is that through the nature of the product, that it's in the automotive, you need a lot of convincing power. But even if you're not in the automotive sector, even if you're selling any other type of product from any other vertical, it's really important to have a human interaction. Human interaction for me is people that are touching and feeling the product, because in the end of the day, you're going to sell online. So it's a completely different experience of how you're basically selling a product offline, where you're basically grabbing the product, you're touching the product, and you have understanding, and you're creating a emotional and psychical connection with the product. In online, you really need to have a human interaction. You really need to, at the moment that you're shooting your videos or your photos, you need as much as possible someone to touch the product, to show how it's working. And I give you here 3 examples, 2 from our mats and 1 that I found online. You probably see a huge difference. And that's a mistake that most of the companies are doing. That's another example of a product that you need to show the product in use. If you're selling an electronic product, if you're selling a product that requires a little bit more understanding how you can actually use it, if your product is a little bit more premium, you really need to show your product in use. You really need to show how exactly it's working. I'm talking here from a perspective of the benefit for the consumer. So again, 2 examples. One is our vacuum, where I'm basically showing you that it's super easy to clean anything in your car. The other one is a Shine Guard. It's a coating product, and I'm showing that, hey, look how amazing and clean is your car. And the other one is basically just a standalone product from a random company. Is just a product. You need to understand that also competition is really important, and based on that, how you're actually going to make yourself different from all of your competitors. And the power of photography is super important. I found an interesting, I would say, statistic from this company, Salsify. In 2021, they did a case study, and they realized that 45% of the consumers said that high quality image and detailed product description are among the top 3 reasons they trust a product online. Without these elements, nearly 33% of the customers say that they wouldn't buy a product online. So realistically speaking, you're probably losing 33% of the business because you're not shooting enough high quality. If you cannot shoot in-house, definitely hire an agency. Now phones nowadays, they're absolutely amazing. Even with an iPhone, you can basically shoot some pretty incredible photo. So don't be afraid to go outside of your comfort zone and to understand the power of photography and why you should create high quality images and videos. Some sort of recommendation that I can give you also when we're talking about photography is that show the accomplishments of your business. It's not only about the product. Not everything should be product centric. You need to show the team behind the product. Every company has a team. Show how amazing you guys are as a team. I call it the humanizing the product in a way and humanizing the brand in the same time. Use less stock photos and more real photos. Consumers, they tend to understand when is a stock photo and when is a real photo, and definitely less the stock photos, they have less engaging and less conversion power. Use user-generated content. Your consumers are your primarily source of information. Ask for testimonials, ask for the video testimonials. Ask also your consumers to basically to shoot a product, how they use it, how they do the unboxing, and so on. And photography is not everything, but also video. A quote that I really like, or a statistic that I really like, is that a photo is shareable 4 times more than a text, and a video is shareable 4 times more than a photo. The second point is about the zero data. You probably know that by now, or in case that you don't know, that we are moving more and more to a cookie-less world. iOS and Facebook was this entire change from iOS 15, where basically if you're doing Facebook advertising, you cannot actually track now through the entire funnel. You're only limited to 8 events in Facebook. And also, for example, if you're an iPhone user, now every iPhone user can now hide the email. So if you're having like a full-fledged email funnel, you're not going to be able to track, for example, the second open email, the third email open rate. Open rate is a vertical or a KPI that is no longer important. The click-through rate is actually the one that is a metric that is now more important. I'm not going to put a lot of effort, or I'm not going to put so much emphasis into party data, but the idea behind, I strongly recommend you to look a little bit more into iOS 15, look a little bit more about the changes that are happening in the email marketing world. And what you need to understand also is that how can you, for example, get some more data inside of your company? How can you move away from party data? So leveraging contextual pools and surveys is a great form for people to actually to give you the email, to give you the information, to give you the name. Feedback forms, gamifications of user experience. Gamification is a really important aspect. You see, gamification is, for example, used in mobile apps, but you can definitely implement it also across all of your selling channels. And purchase patterns in A/B testing your creatives, collect more focused first-party data. What I mean by this is that you definitely need to A/B test anything that you're doing from a perspective of an audience, from a perspective of a creative. What kind of video is working? What kind of image is working? it's super important, all of these aspects, in order to understand which one is actually engaging more with your consumer and which one is actually going to help you to stay relevant in this zero-party data game. Is definitely going to change of how marketers and companies are going to advertise in the next following years. We're probably going a little bit more, I would say, in a way to the beginning, where organic traffic is going to play a significant role, and SEO is going to play a significant role, and partnership are going to come back and play a significant role, and brand awareness is going to play a significant role once again, because the data that we're going to have from all of this advertising through the changes of also from Apple and also from Google are going to play a significant role, how actually we're going to track a successful marketing campaign. Live stream shopping, a little bit of a statistic behind. eMarketer predicts by 2023 that 60.9% of the social commerce dollar in this country, which here basically we're talking about US, will reach somewhere $281.21 billion. Live stream are one of the channels or one of the marketing activities that is actually going to help you tremendously reaching a wider audience, and Lazada is doing an amazing I would say efforts into this opportunities, from example, for regular sellers to actually to live stream, but don't get limited only on marketplaces. Do live streams also on your social media channels. I'm talking here about Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Then doesn't matter the channel that you're basically selling. Super important that you continue to do the power of live stream. Here in Trapo, we are basically super strong, and we are pushing so much sales campaign on Lazada and also on our own Facebook channels. We are doing, we hire, that is why we probably hire someone that is actually doing specific Facebook campaigns and Facebook Lives campaigns. We understood that the power of live streams, and a flow that I can recommend you from a perspective of how can you create a successful live stream shopping campaign. First of all, let's start with the beginning. You should definitely do a teaser. A teaser is a short video or a short image, or creating for example, a Facebook event or Instagram countdown in the stories, where you can actually let your audience know regarding the fact that, okay, I'm going to do on the day of, for example, a week from now, I'm going to do a live teaser. I'm going to do a live event. Definitely do cross multiple platform. I mentioned here already. Don't limit yourself to only to the marketplaces, but do it also on the other channels. Give rewards. Definitely one of the reasons why consumers or your potential customers are actually coming to your lives is to have an incentive. For example, on Lazada you can have all of these mechanics like coins and discounts. You can do it also on your brand.com. You really need to be engaging when you're doing a live. Nobody wants to actually to see a live for 1 hour long when it's only product centric and it's only explanation and it's only about the same thing over and over and over again. You really need, for example, to be engaging in, for example, ask questions, answer questions, get your audience, for example, to comment, to share. This sounds a little bit like, I would say, common sense, but I'm seeing so many companies that are failing from this perspective because they don't feel quite engaging, and the people that are actually presenting is nothing in the entertainment when, for example, they are presenting. I definitely recommend you to watch, for example, how China is doing live streaming. Even if you don't understand Chinese, it's really important to understand how engaging they are, how they are doing, for example, promotions, how they are capturing the market to actually to watch that specific live. Omnichannel, super important. That's a mistake that I'm seeing companies is that they are not omnichannel present. I would love to see companies that are basically not focusing only on one specific channel, but they, because of the nature of our business, because we are present also in Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, we understand the power of localizing. So we are also on some marketplaces that are available only in that specific countries. We are selling also on our own brand.com. And we also have, proudly say that we have also offline stores. We have around 11 hubs. We call them hubs around 4 countries. That is why everything that we are doing in Trapo, we are playing an omni-channel marketing solution. Proudly say that for the 12/12 we were number 2 on Lazada. Lazada is one of our most important marketplaces and channels that we are generating revenue. And basically the story goes that don't put all of the eggs in one basket, diversify your areas, diversify your revenue channels, and also diversify also your portfolio of products. In Trapo we started 5-6 years ago with only one product. We started only with car mats. We got a lot of knowledge from the market. We understood also what our clients want from us, and that is why we started slowly to launch a range of car accessories. And now that is why our slogan, we changed it from the number 1 car mat seller in all of the countries that we are. We actually changed it to elevating your driving experience. And that is why we believe that this slogan or message, it's actually more important, because we want to basically to be a one-stop solution for any driver in all of the countries that we are. So really important here is that, of course, start small, start with one product or 1 or 2 products, but after this, diversify your portfolio of products and see and listen at the moment that you are searching for new products. Listen what your consumers are actually they want from you. Increasing the average order value by layering discounts. So for example, discounts, once again, all of the marketplaces, and recent with the entire pandemic, consumers, they want more and more discounts, and it's really important for you how you can increase the average order value. You can do by vouchers, you can do by free gifts. All of these are really important mechanics that can help you to increase that AOV. It's really important on the marketplaces, if we are talking, because we are at the conference of Lazada, it's really important to utilizing sponsor solution. I'm going to take it one by one and explain it a little bit in a small explanation. So for example, affiliation. Affiliators are basically, Lazada already has an affiliation solution. It's super important to find affiliators in your business, so basically other websites or channels that are willing to promote your business, promote your products, and get a percentage from every single transaction. It's affiliation. It's such an important channel for us, and it's a channel that is not so much used here in Southeast Asia, which is a little bit surprising. Sponsor discovery. Your SKUs, your products that you're listing on the marketplaces, they are influenced by the number of sales, by the number of reviews, by the number of views, by the number of shares, by the number of people interacting with your business. So it's really important to allocate a budget on sponsor discovery, so you have a higher chance of people actually landing on your SKU. And the more that you're going to get organic traffic to your SKUs, the more chances that your SKUs are going to be visible. But definitely in the beginning, it's super important to understand that you as a business owner or you as a marketing person, you need to allocate a budget to marketing and especially to paid traffic. Organic still plays a huge role. What I mean by organic, how we actually, what's your title of your product? We made mistakes there. We understood that it's a continuously learning game to understand what title, what product description, what images you're using. Look on your competitors, adapt everything that you see from your competitors, but look also a little bit outside. Search for products that you find really, you feel really inspired. And at the moment that you find, for example, a product and or SKU on any marketplace, and you kind of like understand how they structure the title, the product description, the images, replicate it a little bit and apply it to your own product. Focus in three numbers. Of course, when I'm saying about these three numbers, think about impressions, think about conversions, and think about average order value. These are the three important metrics that we consider here in Trapo the key success for us. There are probably a little bit more, but if I would pick probably three, impressions and conversion and average order value are the ones that are the most important. Cooperate with Lazada team and any others to achieve visibility. We are really thankful in Trapo that we have a really close team with Lazada. See who is your account manager, or see who is the responsible for that vertical, whatever that we're talking about, automotives or electronics or any other category in Lazada, and engage in a conversation with them. Understand also what feedback they have to your business, how can they help you to actually to achieve the success, and having a really strong connection with all of the marketplaces managers is really important. Reply in 5 minutes. This here I'm talking about customer and how your customers are actually interacting with your business. So replying in five minutes, I think that is super crucial because you have higher chances to close the sale. And understanding the customer journeys from top funnel to mid funnel to bottom funnel is really important to understand your customer journey, how they're actually searching for a product, what it's making them convincing enough to actually to land on your product page, and understand the numbers through also abandoned cart rate, landing page views, conversion rate from a successful transaction, and also of course remarketing, which I think that is really important. So understanding that customer journey is going to give you a better understanding of your business first of all, and you are going to have higher chances to actually to increase the, I would say, the conversion rate. Best customer service. I said to you before that you need to reply in I would say probably like 5 minutes or less. Some interesting statistics: nearly 70% of the people who spend more money with a company that has a customer service. 24% of satisfied customers will return to a business 2 or more years after a good customer service experience. And 59% of people would try a new company to receive a better customer service. These are some pretty outstanding statistics for you to understand how important is customer service. I can give you an example. I wanted to buy a product. It was one of the single days, and I basically asked a question, and it was a really big brand. I don't want to disclose the name, and I realized that they basically answered after the sales was finished. And for me, as a consumer, they basically lost me because I couldn't get answer regarding the product. They had product problems with the paying, and of course I ended up to a competitor which they replied probably like 5-10 minutes and amazing customer service. In Trapo, we always put our customers first. We always invest a lot in providing the best customer service and the best customer experience through all of our channels, wherever they are contacting us on our social media channels or any other marketplace or website. When we are talking about best customer service, be as human as possible in the communication. Of course, you can use bots in order to automate different answers. So for example, hey, where is my order? How can I buy? Etc. etc. But be as human as possible, but also in the same time automate as much as possible. So there are certain user behavior or consumer behavior that you're going to understand that you can actually automate it, and you can actually use bots, for example, or simple flow of communication. But once again, humanizing not only your product, not only your brand, but also your customer service is really important. Understand that every customer is absolutely different. Every customer has a completely different story. Every customer have a different problem that they want to be solved. There is once again, there is a flow, but it's important for you to understand that every customer is different. Try to solve problems, because a happy customer is an ambassador of your business. The cheapest way and the most affordable way to get a new customer is through a happy customer, a customer that is actually going to recommend your business, a customer that is going to say that, oh my God, I had an amazing experience from A to Z, from the moment that I contacted the business, from the moment that I arrived to the website or to the marketplace, from the moment that I basically received the product, and also the communication afterwards. And I know that it's difficult, and I know that sometimes it's affecting your business, but it's really important to do refunds. Why I'm saying is to do refunds is because in the end of the day, it can happen that you have customers in the end, how much you try, you basically didn't make him happy, and he's frustrated for various reasons that you don't understand. So it's going to save you a lot of hassle at the moment that you do a refund. So that's a little bit about the story, about who is Trapo, what we wanted to say, how we are actually helping in this e-commerce world. I want to thank you so much for taking the time of viewing my session. You can always reach me out on LinkedIn or on the email. I'm more than happy to help you out, and I want to thank you so much for once again for taking time, and stay safe. Thank you.